Hello everyone and welcome to Knife Review 3000. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Boker Plus Strike, this guy here, and then we'll be comparing it to the OKC Strike Fighter, the Ontario Knife Company Strike Fighter, which is that guy. Very similar knives, but also very different, so we'll get into that. Alright, so the Boker is an automatic like the OKC. It does have a safety that works open and closed, so that's nice. It has two position pocket clip, tip up and tip down right side. Pretty snappy. For $42 it's a very nice action. It works well. The button has you don't have to push it too hard, but also it's not soft enough that you're going to be afraid it's going to go off in your pocket. Has black aluminum scales on there with the steel liners, solid liners in there. Comes in at about 4.7 ounces, so not too bad for a fully metal knife. I certainly don't notice the weight on it. It works well. The pocket clip leaves some to be desired. I'd rather these screws be, flush or at least a little lower down. At least they are rounded, but it seems like if you use it a lot, you might have some issues with the hem of your pants getting worn away from getting into that little groove right there. They did put a nice little flat spot there, so you're not ripping up your pants taking it in and out with that. Just wish they did more up top there, but it's nice to have that flat spot in the middle, so you're not tearing up your pants with this texture on there. Speaking of the texture, it feels very good in the hand. It is aluminum, so even with the texturing, it's kind of smooth, if that makes sense. But it's not a big deal for me. I think most people who EDC this will not have an issue with that. It feels good. It fits well in the hand. My hand anyway. Definitely 4.5 fingers there, so you'd have to have pretty big hands for you not to fit on this guy. And then a lot of jimping around the top where you put your thumb, so feels very good. So I think it's a heck of a deal for 42 bucks. The blade is Oz 8. I got the one with the serrations. I kind of like having the option of having serrations there, and I don't like sharpening serrations, but it's not too bad. So that's that guy. I definitely recommend it. I do like these. I like them a little bit over the Kalashnikov series. Just a little more heavy duty, and just a little bit better built overall. Not that there's anything wrong with the Kalashnikov series. It's just a lighter duty knife. It's this is there's things you could probably do with this that you wouldn't really want to do with that. If we're comparing it to the Strike Fighter, you're talking about a little bit smaller. This comes in at about 7.8 inches, where the Strike Fighter is about 8.5. So a little bit on the tip, and then a little bit on the end there. So my 4.5 fingers on here turns into about 5 on the Strike Fighter. So Strike Fighter is actually a little bit less weight-wise, it's 4.5 or yeah, 4.5 ounces versus 4.7 ounces. But just the way the dimensions are, it feels a little bit more substantial than the Boker. Fits in the hand very well. The anodization on here is really nice. I like the feeling of that much better than just the black aluminum on there. And then with the grooves, it feels very good. That I'd probably give to the Strike Fighter over that, just slightly, is how comfortable it is. The issues with the Strike Fighter are going to be mainly right here. Like when I got it, it was dry as a bone, hardly worked at all. I had to really work at it, open it and close it a lot to get it to do it reliably. And then, you know, did put some Tough Lock on there, some oil to lube it up a little bit. But still, it's not, I wouldn't say it's easy to open. You have to, if you can see here, you have to get it pretty much flush with the surrounding aluminum there to get it to open, which for me is kind of tough. Like you have to push it pretty hard to get it all the way down, to get it flat, and then because it's in this recessed area, makes it a little bit harder. I'll definitely give the button to Boker on that. It's just a lot easier to open it. You can do that all day. This I couldn't do all day. This, it's just not as easy. You have to really dig in, and thumb's getting all bent up trying to push that in hard enough to open it. So the ergonomics on this guy, not good. I wouldn't want to do that all day. There is one more pocket clip option with this one, so you can do tip up left carry with this, or you can't with the Boker. Yep. And then here's another issue. The lock is really easy to lock and unlock. So, like as you just saw, I didn't even realize I'd locked it until I couldn't get the button down. So I think give another point to the Boker where I hardly ever accidentally lock or unlock this thing. I can't really ever remember when I have ever done it. But this I have a few times because it's just kind of, I guess, the placement of it and then how easy it is to do it is an issue. Jeez. So overall, you know, I think I'd give this to the Boker. Strike Fighter definitely has its place, I guess. If you're looking for something kind of just cool looking and not super expensive now that they're discontinued, you can get them $90 or less, but you can get two of these for $90. So if I was going to spend $90, I'd probably get this and, you know, another variation on the blades if it was my money. But with that being said, you know, I'm sure there's people out here that would love to carry this every day and it would work just fine. But I think the majority of people would go with the Boker. Fit and finish is nice. It works right out of the box. You know, this guy really had to work on, but this, I don't use it a ton, but you can see I do use it occasionally, and it works every time. So hats off to Boker. They did a good job for a $42 knife. And then if you're in somewhere where you can't have a big knife, they've got the stubby for you, which I like also. I kind of wish the handle was a little bit bigger with the stubby and get that fourth finger on, but yeah, not a big deal. I like that guy too. So that's it. If you have any questions about these two guys, let me know. I know there was a lot of questions with the Strike Fighter, a lot of issues. It is what it is. If you get it, you're gonna have to put in a little work to get it working well. Most likely, I could have got a dud, but I've heard it from other people too that it's just takes a little bit to get it working. Yeah, check out the Boker Plus Strike if you're looking for a affordable auto. It's hard to go wrong. It's definitely not perfect, but it's a good knife. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them below. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're doing pretty good, and I'll be picking a winner for that 100 subscriber contest in the next few days, and I'll email you if you win. So you have a couple of days to get that in. If you haven't, I'll put the link below to that video. But yeah, thank you. Hope you have a good afternoon. Thanks. Bye.